Well then, it's time.
This is going to be a good one. We are going to get in ISU on this one. Boy, oh boy. What a great week overall for us. Obviously, win percentage not, but man, we really hit a couple games on point. Little pre-recap. This episode, we're going to bring in a little more of our actual bets for the week and how we did. We're also going to bring in a guest, which is going to be pretty good. So let's get into the recap before we get the guest in. Let's start with the one that we're not going to talk about for 20 hours. That's the Oregon and OSU. Fellas, what did you think of this week?
You want to start college, not just get the NFL out of the way since it was such a
crazy week.
Okay,
Not a good week for us.
crazy. Just get it out of the way. The NFL
Let's
sucked.
go with the crazy week.
The NFL sucked.
All right, let's go. All right, Cowboys Bucks.
I mean, we all had Bucks money line. Obviously, we knew that was gonna happen. But honestly, the
but
Cowboys looked a lot better than what I expected.
The Bucks just did not look as good as I thought, or maybe it's Dak Prescott looked better than we thought, but I did not expect that.
Dak looked good.
I don't think anyone expected that.
Dak looked good.
Dak did look good. That's all I could say.
I mean, I'll get into like the football and watching the film of it. That's my job. Dak looked good. Dak's arm strength's not there yet.
No, not at all.
Timing's off. Obviously, that's going to be off because he
Yeah,
didn't practice.
of course.
But he's not 100% with that shoulder, and I don't think he's 100% mentally with that ankle because he didn't want to take off right away, and some of those throws were lobbed. And if you look at what Tom Brady was doing, the zip on Tom Brady's ball at 400 years old was impressive.
Good.
It was impressive.
The man's a million.
Yeah, he is. He's sold.
But yeah, he's still doing it. That's the crazy
Really,
part.
the difference in the game, and this is going to be, I guess, across the board for any pick we ever make, we can't predict turnovers. When we do these predictions and in our opinions, it's basically only going to be solidified around no turnovers because we can't rely on those. We can't.
How many turnovers were in that game?
There was 4 by the Bucks themselves, 2 on their side of the plus 30 maybe, and.
You're not going to win a football game doing that.
No, you're not.
Well,
you're not.
you might.
You might.
Was there 6
Yeah,
total
Tom Brady.
turnovers in the game?
I think there were 6 total. 2 were receivers dropping the ball, just flat out. But the one punch was amazing. The peanut punch, that was impressive.
But I mean, us three sitting here,
wait a minute.
though too. We all took the under. Like, I didn't think the Cowboys were going to score the way that they did.
No, I didn't either. I thought
didn't
the Bucs
expect
defense was
Dak
better.
to do that.
I thought, yeah. I mean, and the Buccaneers' strategy was make Dak beat us. Right?
Yeah, and he
they
did.
said, we're stopping Zeke, which that bet didn't go well because of Zeke, but it's because they made Dak beat him, and Dak, in my opinion, beat them. They just have Tom Brady, which is...
Zeke literally conceded 7 more yards.
But like you said, peanut punch, right? Which you didn't even really...
Nope.
Peanut Tillman of the old Chicago Bears really made this move famous, and that's when I wish I could show you. We might show up a clip. What are you breaking over there? Hopefully we'll get a clip out there, but a peanut punch is he's carrying the ball, and you literally go in and just punch the ball. And as a ball carrier, there's 2 things that are going to cause you to fumble, most likely, even if you're the greatest ever. That's a helmet and a punch directly to the ball. Those are the 2 things that you can't really do much about, and that first turnover was
spot on.
Spot on that. So overall, let's see. Money line, we crushed it. Spread obviously got us, and
lucky.
and the under, we thought the under would hit, but
No.
late that last score.
Too
pushed it
much.
over.
Too many points.
We'll skip the Eagles-Falcons game. We'll skip the Giants. I mean, next game, Eagles-Falcons.
No, we could skip these because this is bad.
It won't be
fast.
fast.
Go ahead. Thumbs down because this is bad.
It won't be good.
Right. The Giants.
You guys.
The Giants.
You're on the Giants?
No, I don't know what to do.
The Giants are not a good football team.
No, but we want to talk about the Falcons first. But just the
Yeah.
Giants make me so mad.
So-
They're so bad.
Obviously, Homer. I'm going to take the Falcons. Week 1 didn't really know what's going to happen. Jalen Hurts looked really good. I
Yeah.
just want everyone to know that he looked a lot better than I anticipated. Oh, man, our starting left guard, Mayfield, who's a rookie, who, by the way, tweeted if you want to protect your quarterback, if you don't want your quarterback hit, draft me. We did. Matt Ryan almost died.
It did not
Almost
age well.
died. There is a picture on Twitter of him face down into the turf with Mayfield looking over him. because he didn't block his guy.
Jalen Hurts definitely made me eat my words last week because I 100% said, I'm not sure on him. And he proved me wrong 100%.
Yeah, that was. You guys, you know what I did at halftime?
Did you turn it off?
No, I mean early on.
Turn it off.
No. I left it on. Hey, I don't turn it off. I left it on. But earlier that day, we went and bought some new shrubbery for the wife and put it in the front yard. At halftime, I decided to dig those holes and start planting the plants because I was not watching the rest of that game.
Because it was that boring.
It was not good.
No.
Yeah.
Just
So,
like the next game.
moving on to the Giants
we don't
Broncos.
have to move on to that. Because I don't even. Just like
We
I
actually
said
did
last
pretty good
time.
on these picks, though.
You guys, I won 100% on this picks. I'm just,
Did you?
Yes, sir.
both of us did.
Oh,
Yeah.
you guys did?
Yeah, we did.
All right, go ahead. You guys talk then, because I ain't got nothing to say about this team.
I didn't watch the game because I wasn't
Not a
going
lot
to.
to talk about.
Yeah.
I was reading it at face value, and that's exactly what I took.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, Giants aren't good. Broncos
I don't
aren't that much better.
I don't even.
The
The Vikings Bengals.
this was a
about
good
that
one, though.
game.
This was a fun one. This
Yep.
was a fun one.
Sure.
Vikings guy?
Because didn't Chase tell us that he couldn't catch the ball and then decided to just go off?
Yeah.
How the hell did that happen?
Not only Chase though, but like all the rookies,
Thought he
all
couldn't
rookie
see the
wide
ball because the
receivers.
stripes were different. Oh yeah, but then and then I benched him in my fantasy
And he
league
went
because I fucking benched him, and then just like, oh yeah, I can't catch, the stripes are different. And then what did he do?
Calm down. You're cutting
cutting
it
out.
out. You need
You're
the mic
cutting
at your mouth.
Sorry.
Give your very
But yeah, all rookie wide receivers though had good weeks. I think every rookie wide receiver that was taken in the top 10 each had a touchdown.
Kyle Pitts did not. He's not a receiver though.
But
Yeah, he's a
every
tight
single
end.
one.
Although he's
No,
a
that
receiver.
game was
Let's be
just
real.
that game was just. I mean, the Vikings played really, really sloppy. 12 penalties that were accepted. They had like 18 total, and the Bengals played a good game. They played a clean game. They had 3 penalties the whole time. It's hard when you get that many penalties. It
Ryan,
was just bad.
we made all the picks for the Broncos Giants. We lost all the ones to the Vikings Bengals. However, in my betting, I actually bet on the Bengals. So I made
Are
money.
we gonna be able to like
Poor.
show that one time, like
Yeah.
these same game parlays we take?
Yeah, we're going to.
Oh, okay.
We'll
Yeah.
screenshot it. It'll be up
Cool.
there.
Cool.
That's Chase's
Cool.
job.
We enlightened Chase on what they were earlier a little bit.
But that
little
game
bit.
was crazy. If you, in overtime, the fumble. I don't have a problem with the call per se. I just have a call with how late it was.
Yeah.
That's a late call.
We were talking about this earlier, and like you said, whether that was going to be called a fumble right away or if it wasn't going to be called a fumble, there just wasn't enough that they couldn't see. There was too many bodies, there was too many legs, too many arms, and they weren't going to overturn that call.
But overall, NFL was weird.
It was
It was week 1. It was
Yeah.
it was preseason 4 actually.
pretty sure
That's what it was.
I'm pretty
Preseason 4.
sure
This-
the underdogs went 11-4 the first
Yeah.
week of It was
And our
11-4.
bet on the unders, we hit like 70-something% or something crazy. I think.
Yeah.
Ended up being, we lost because Tom Brady week 1, but we'll get to that big bet parlay later with our guest. He's going to help us, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Brad's waiting. He's actually
Well,
texting me waiting.
he gonna wait because we
I
got
told him we're doing the recap, so
we got
just
some
chill,
recaps.
Bradley.
Yeah, chill, Bradley.
Jeez.
Okay, college. We only got 2 games, so I guess we don't need to spend much time on the Oregon Ohio State. However,
All of us were wrong. on that
Oregon
money
looked
line.
good.
Yep. We were so right on taking Oregon points. We said that. We all said that spread was that we said that was too many points.
It's too many points.
And Oregon's not that bad of a football team. And Ohio State did not look that good the first week. And we said Oregon points. We said it.
Oregon stock flew through the roof too.
Oh, yeah.
What are they? Are they 4 now?
I don't
I think
know.
I looked at the rankings and I think they're
moved
number
up.
4.
Yes. Yep.
That
Yes.
stock
Yep.
They look
flew
good.
through the roof.
They looked very
They
good.
looked really
and
good.
Ohio State looks very not good.
Ohio State's defense is not good.
Not good.
They're going to have a trouble. They might lose another game in the Big Ten, maybe
It's
2.
not good.
That's where we're at with that one.
Yeah,
And
they
that's-
got to figure something.
You know what's
out.
great about the Oregon though is guess the playoff team I picked.
Oregon.
Yeah, I didn't
had
know I
some
did. It's one of 'em.
That
It's one of 'em.
had some big playoff implications because I had Ohio State in the playoffs too. So
Just, whoa. Give him his
I
It's
literally
such a
almost
good
made
button.
that sound and I forgot I had
Give
that
him
button.
his
such a good button.
buttons.
Such
We're
a
getting
good
more
button.
buttons. Don't worry. We're getting more buttons.
love
I mean, we don't have much to say to that. Ohio State's defense was not good. Their offense really couldn't just get going, and Oregon looked really good. I picked the over. I know Ryan did too, and it was really close. And in my opinion, should have been, but Ohio State just would not score. They couldn't punch it in.
No.
No.
They couldn't. So
Can we now put our smiles on for the big one that we're going to talk about? Hit all the
keep hitting
buttons.
all
Hit
the buttons,
all the good ones.
Give me all the buttons.
Hit all the buttons because what the heck did we say about this football game?
I'm pretty
Everything
sure
right?
everything was
Everything
right.
right.
Everything was right. I mean, let's start about the first quarter, right? Let's go through the game as it goes through.
Chase, the line made no sense.
Line made no sense.
It made no sense.
So I remember the conversation of being, hey, what is Iowa going to do? Iowa's going to run the ball. They're going to be them. Until little Ferentz decides, yeah, we're going to throw the ball. What was the difference in the game early on that separated this whole thing? Please, someone enlighten me. It was the fact that Iowa
was throwing the football.
Wow.
And they never do that.
No, they don't. Ever.
No, they never throw the football.
And to their credit, yeah, they threw the football. Honestly, though, Petras is not a good quarterback either.
No, he's not. He's very timid in that market. He's so scared.
Both quarterbacks in this were just not good.
But
Didn't one of them get benched?
I'm pretty sure one of them got benched. I'm
Sit
pretty
down.
sure.
Did one of them get benched?
There's your button.
Camera.
All of them.
I'm pretty sure I said Brock Purdy is not a good quarterback.
Wait, we had it.
He is not a good
I'm pretty
quarterback.
sure that was retweeted on our Twitter like 10 times how much we kept saying.
Not a good quarterback.
Brock Purdy's not a good
Retweet it.
quarterback.
Not a good quarterback.
Not a good. I don't know why we thought he was.
What happened in that game? It proved that he
It
is
showed us exactly what
Average
we said.
at best.
average at best. Iowa's defense stood up. Obviously, the difference in this game was turnovers. However, Iowa's defense looking pretty stout. And if you guys seen their schedule looking forward, it's. I mean, they don't have anybody. I think they might play Penn State. They play at Northwestern.
They have Wisconsin late maybe in the year.
I don't know. It's not good. I mean, Iowa's set up very well for the rest of the year.
They're
Top
Brock
5 team.
Purdy is not a good quarterback. I want
That's
that
all.
button. I'm using it later.
So are we going to talk about our win-loss percentage on college?
Yeah, let's do that. We didn't do that with NFL.
Right. So go
let's
to NFL
slip
first.
back real quick.
Yeah, NFL was not good.
Let's see. JMJ went 50. He went 50%.
Not good.
I went 41.67, as did Ryan. Overall, we did about 50.
NFL was not good week 1, so hopefully week 2 will be better.
Hey, week 1 stuff.
Yeah, that was so many.
It's also one of
underdogs,
18.
So many of them.
So this is new. It's new.
JMJ, you're just a college guy.
I love college.
You're just a college guy. And that's clearly what these are telling us.
Well, JMJ kind of did good on this one. I mean, there were 6 picks to be made. He hit 5 of them. Also, fun fact of our big pool that we're playing in, shout out Rowan's pool. If you won hit us up. We'll get you involved.
Oh, I forgot.
$17 a week. It's a weekly 6 pick'em on spreads, NFL and college. Little shout out. But his first week on his own money, by the way, he did do last year for me, went 0-6. His first week on his own money, he goes 6-0 and wins about $1,200. So congratulations, JMJ, on that. That's obviously reflected in his own 83.3%.
I just love college
on
football
college.
so much.
Ryan coming in second place with 66.67, and I went 50-50. 50-50. I actually forgot I picked the over in the Iowa game. I don't remember why I did that.
I thought we
That was
talked
clearly
But it was close.
too many Woodfords.
It was-
but it was really close.
It was.
There was 2
Does
missed
he need
field
another
goals.
one? No, you're
2
good.
missed field goals, 1 late. Chase and I argued about that. It was both field goals.
What did we
One of
say
them would have
about
been one.
Iowa and Big Ten unders?
Take
Always.
always. Hey, this is your guest. I'm gonna let you do the little intro, and we'll get into the.
So
these games.
since our game of the week is, I mean, obviously it's got to be Bama, Florida, number 1, traveling to number 11. My best friend since what Chase? Oh, I'm good. Okay, my best friend since about 1998, also was my D end. Is probably the biggest Alabama fan I've ever met before in my entire lifetime.
Did you say 1998? Mm-hmm. How old were you?
4.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Woo!
Yeah.
4. We're done.
Recording in progress.
Oh, okay. Yep. Got it. So this is Brad Heisler, my friend from Redding, Connecticut, went to Immaculate High School with me, and is our guest picker for the week.
While he's connecting, welcome, Brad. Welcome. Hope you're older than 4 in 1998.
Oh, there he is. I heard him.
Oh, he's here.
I heard him.
He's
He's
in this.
coughed.
Brad, you got us?
Can you hear us?
Oh, I got you. You got
there
me?
he is.
Oh,
Look
yeah.
at
Let's
There
go.
he is. Look, oh, he's got the Bama
he's got
stuff
Bama
on
gear
too.
on. Let's
There we
go.
Look at you. Brad, it's so nice
What's
to
going
see
on,
your
boys?
face. It's so nice to see your face.
No, always a pleasure.
How does it feel being the first ever guest, by the way?
I mean, James said last night, he was like, this is the biggest moment in our podcast. So, like, the pressure is definitely there. There's no doubt about it.
I mean, don't screw it up, but being a Bama fan, I don't think Bama
No, I mean, I'm going to
drops the
try.
ball.
Like, I don't know what's going to happen. But, James just put the pressure on me. He called me yesterday at like 2:30, and he was like, dude, I need you. And I'm like, all right, like, whatever, dude.
Brad, I always need you, best friend. You know that.
So, all right, James, there's one thing that we have to get out of the way before we start talking football.
He's going to talk
I think
about this.
you know what it is,
he's gonna talk
but
about the
I got to
golf
bring it
pool.
up.
I'm
with
really
these guys.
excited.
He's going to talk about the golf
All right,
pool.
let's do it.
Go.
Yeah, so who did I beat in the golf pool?
All three of us sitting here.
All three of us.
Literally all of us sitting here.
Okay. Who's the one that took Cantlay the week before the tour championship?
That was Brian Durant. He's not in here.
Okay. All right.
'Cause
Well,
I feel
then
like
that's
you wanted
okay.
to torch
but,
him. You wanted to torch. That was such a bad pick by him. Yes. Yep.
Yeah, no, I mean, but the pool's a joke. Like, it has to change for next year. I think we all agree on that. It has to. Like, having
Brett.
you can literally not make a fucking pick and then win the tour
Wait,
championship
are
and
we?
win money. Like, it's fucking
no F
stupid.
word. No F word.
Let's keep it.
Yeah. No F word. No F word.
as much as possible.
No F word.
That would have been something to tell me.
My bad. My
before
bad.
You're the
I
first
jumped.
guest. There's
like
My
that
first-
probably.
That's my
You've
bad.
known me for like 30 years.
You're right.
And you didn't tell me I can't
It
swear.
has been 30.
James doesn't plan very well. You know
You
that.
You know how I do.
Again, 30 years. Yeah, I know. Yeah, for sure.
But no,
Yeah,
but
like
you're
that. I
you're
mean,
right.
come
No,
on,
the
that's a
pool
given.
needs to change, and we brought it up daily,
Yeah.
daily to him. So I mean,
Let's
we
just-
agree.
Can we just get to
And guess what?
why
Next,
we're here?
Okay. Oh yeah.
Don't-
my bad.
let's not, you know.
Let's not beat up JMJ
Jeez.
too much.
We can do a special podcast about golf. Like,
We are the Ryder
we're-
Cup.
we're-
Oh,
US
yeah.
is gonna
The
get,
Ryder Cup.
Yeah,
The Ryder
yeah.
Cup's coming up, bud.
Well, we're gonna get destroyed in the Ryder Cup, but we can save that for another
Yes,
podcast.
you're
Let's go
right.
college football.
Let's just jump right into
Well,
it.
obviously,
He's
game
right.
of the week's last.
Oh yeah.
Last.
Yep.
Let's start with the first one. Purdue, Notre Dame. Did you check the lines? You got to check the lines.
That's correct. I'll check
Brad,
it.
Brad,
they
did he
change?
send you? Did he send you this spreadsheet?
I got
So
him.
you
Yeah,
have
I got
it?
everything.
Okay,
Yeah, I'm
Sure
good.
did. Sure did. So maybe he does plan a little better than you guys thought.
Only about
I'm
only when
ready.
Maybe he
Sports
does
are making
plan a little
money.
better.
only when's football.
Sports and making
Sports.
money. Yep, he plans pretty well with that.
He does plan for that. Go ahead, Brad. Let's talk about Purdue Notre Dame when I get this lineup.
So just a little fun fact here, Brad. Not fun fact. How we do things. We talk about the game, and then we all,
Yep.
as a group, make our picks. So let's just talk about the game
Cool.
now while it's up, and
Yeah.
and what your thoughts
Sure.
on what's going to happen.
James, are you seeing Notre Dame by 7? That was the latest I saw, and that was like 5 minutes ago.
What are you looking at?
I got 7.5.
I was looking at James. What do you got? We can go off of you.
We
It's
look
fine.
I
at
got
FanDuel.
7.5 on FanDuel.
Okay. All right. I'll go first. I think these are two very unknown teams. Purdue hasn't played anybody, but they're decent. Notre Dame obviously could be 0-2, and if they are,
They
that's a
should be 0-2.
drastically different take on this game.
Right.
I mean, they're literally 2 plays away probably from being 0-2.
Right.
So
Absolutely true.
I personally, I am never really sold on Notre Dame ever. But I am definitely not sold on them. But then you have Purdue, and they played UConn, so that doesn't really count because that's like playing a high school team. So
I feel like
I don't-
high school
I mean,
teams are better
Isn't
than UConn.
isn't UConn in the FBS or are they still FCS?
No, they're FBS.
they are
Oh,
FBS
yeah.
independent.
independent.
But hold on, didn't Notre Dame barely beat Florida State? Can we not talk
Correct.
about the Florida State loss to an FCS school?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
dreadful.
So
I mean,
so let's
That's a good word. Dreadful.
dreadful.
Yeah.
Dreadful.
Great word. Yeah.
Yeah.
People
so-
roasted that player that proposed to
so
his
the team-
fiancée.
Oh my God! With the
Oh,
team
no,
cheering in the
roasted
background.
right after it.
What are you doing cheering in the background?
You guys, he
First
should
of all,
wait.
What are you doing proposing?
He should wait.
Right.
I don't care if it's your shot. Shoot your shot, but not that
Not
game.
like that.
Not like
That was embarrassing.
Against an
Yeah.
FCS school? No,
Terrible.
thank you. But what?
you gotta throw them off the team.
Right. What I'm saying about that is we're talking about a Notre Dame team who should have lost to Florida State, should have lost last week for
Yep.
sure. And yes, Purdue, with the UConn game, but like Notre Dame barely beat the team that lost to Jacksonville State.
Notre Dame has not looked
Yeah.
good.
They don't look good.
No, they do not.
They don't
Yeah,
look good.
I think the dominance that Notre Dame has always had has been their offensive line and their defensive line,
Right.
and it's clearly not there. At least to start the season, it might be later in the season, but right now it's not. I mean,
Right.
there's just no way. Like for
Right.
them to get pushed around last week, embarrassing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
Brad, can you see us or do you just see a logo?
I see logo,
Let me see.
which is fine. I don't. Whatever works for you guys.
I just want you to see how fresh my cut is.
Oh
There
my
you go. I
God.
got you.
Oh my God.
There we go.
Oh
Shout
my
out
God.
There we go.
Is this?
There we go.
Like, can
Okay,
you
so
see
are we
this?
gonna talk picks now, or like?
No, we're gonna look at. Oh, he has a hat on. You know what?
There
You know
he
what
is.
happens with a hat on? That means no fresh
James,
cut.
I can barely see your eyes, but that's fine.
Don't talk about that. Shout out, shout out, Black. Okay.
We already
Yeah,
know what that
exactly.
means, Brad. All right,
So go ahead. You guys can go.
yeah. I mean, anyone else have to say about that game?
No, because everything he
No.
said was we already said it.
And
Notre
I
Dame has
hate
not
I
looked
hate
good.
to admit it that he's right on so many stuff,
Right.
so much stuff with Notre Dame,
don't
especially
look
because I
good.
put him in my college football playoff
They don't
just to
look good.
throw another wrench in the thing. I put him in there
Right.
just to throw a wrench and stuff, but gosh, it's not good. Looking good.
Yeah,
Not looking
I
good
mean,
at all.
and week 1, I feel like you can kind of let it go. I think week 2 was much more glaring. I mean, last week was, wow, like they should have lost that game against any kind of a competent team. They lose, and they're not a top 10 team right now, in my opinion. But it's
Also, in my
I don't
opinion,
know. It could get better
they're
for
not a
them,
top
but
10
I don't
team.
know if it's going to. It could get a lot worse as well.
This is where I need my Brock Purdy's not a good quarterback button. We have to do it. What'd you think of that Iowa State line and game? I have to.
Clearly, stay away is what he told me.
Yeah, so like every Saturday, I like to take a nap, and that's what that game provided for me because that was brutal. Iowa State stinks. Iowa's a little better. I don't know. I know it's different because you guys are out there, but like that game is just not going to juice me up in any way. Iowa State's looked terrible both weeks. Iowa State's kind of like Notre Dame, right? Like we expect good things, and they're just not there through 2 weeks. Like I think they are way off from what we all expected before the season. And on the opposite side, I think Iowa's a lot better. Like, is Iowa actually legit this year? Like, could they be a factor in the Big Ten?
We don't
Maybe.
know that.
I don't know. Like, maybe, but
Maybe.
Defensively,
any kind of a
defensively,
quarterback
absolutely.
is possible.
Right, exactly. They can play defense.
They
but
need some
what
quarterback
is
play.
Petrus?
But
What
they
is
need
Petrus
some
going to do for you?
quarterback play.
He's going to be scared in the pocket.
Right.
Well,
Looks
but
so
what?
scared.
But like, who's playing good offense right now in the Big Ten? Nobody.
No one.
I mean, you
Definitely
can
not
say
Ohio
Michigan.
State.
Michigan.
Yeah,
Maybe
exactly.
Michigan?
Played
Exactly.
anybody.
I mean,
Michigan hasn't played anyone, so
Yeah,
who
so-
else?
exactly.
All right, let's
exactly.
get to our
I mean,
picks. Let's get to our picks
Go
of the
for it.
Notre Dame Purdue money line guest.
Yep.
What do you got?
I'm taking Purdue. Purdue in the over. I
Whoa.
think it's
Whoa.
if it gets down. Yeah.
Whoa.
The 7.5 is a little different, but yeah, I think Purdue's going to score. I'm not impressed with the Notre Dame defense at all. I mean, if they can give up points to crappy teams, Purdue can score.
Wow.
So I'm going Purdue, and I'm taking the over.
Okay.
So you're taking Purdue money line
Yep.
and Purdue
Well-
spread is what you're saying.
Well, we're not
here.
going there. We got
Yep.
we got to go in line. Let's go in
he
line,
said
right?
it.
Remember?
He said, yeah.
Yeah, all
Yeah,
three.
all of it.
he taking all of it. It don't
Yeah,
matter. We
done.
Yep.
wow. Okay, Ryan. I guess the ball is in your court.
Hey,
Good
that's
luck on that
that's
one.
all right.
right.
No,
Have fun going after.
I hate that he's roasting Notre Dame because I liked Notre Dame to start the year. I like. He's not wrong.
Yikes.
That's good. I like Notre Dame money line, but I definitely like Purdue to cover the spread here. And I think I'm going to go on the opposite of you. I think I'm going to go under on this one.
Okay.
So Ryan, you're doing what?
I'm going Purdue money line.
Yep.
Or sorry, Notre Dame money line.
Yep.
Purdue spread,
Yep.
and then I'm going the under. I just don't know if Notre Dame can score on Purdue.
I don't even know if
You guys,
Notre, I don't
this
even know
one's-
if Notre Dame can score. Forget about scoring down Purdue. Score
Right.
on
You're not wrong.
Yeah.
there.
It's just
Yeah,
Not
score
wrong.
agreed.
period.
boring. This one's tough. Man, again, all my picks are going to be based upon how they play. I think we found out that
Yep.
I'm okay with that with Iowa State and Iowa
Yep.
game. You have to go with the team that I believe can take this out, and it's Purdue for sure in the spread. Total's going to be under because that's what you do with Big Ten games. The money line's tough for me. I really, it's a toss up. But I think just Notre Dame's overall talent will squeak one more out before they face a much more talented team next week. So I'm gonna go Notre Dame money line.
I'm gonna go Notre Dame money line. Purdue spread under. Yeah.
I'm curious,
Don't-
just to throw this out there.
Don't.
You guys are going under. Why?
I just don't see any. I don't know where the points are coming from.
Okay. I mean,
that's
I'm just curious because
I just don't.
Mainly on
Purdue doesn't score that.
Like,
Purdue doesn't score that much, and Notre Dame has not looked good. So I just don't see where these points are going to come from.
Okay, I mean, my reasoning was kind of like Toledo put up 29. Toledo.
You're right. Toledo did.
And Florida State, who again we just said, look at that awful loss last week, put up 38. So like, I don't know if they can stop anybody. If they can't stop bad teams, how are they going to stop a competent team or a good team?
The man's got a point.
He does have a point, but like we say, Big Ten teams, Big Ten games.
I mean, I don't care. You guys take whatever you want.
And he said
Purdue's.
You still said Purdue's unknown on that one. So it's like, are they
Yeah,
competent
sure.
yet?
I just don't.
Are they competent yet? I don't know.
Biggest factor as being a player, they're playing in Notre Dame. So you're playing at South Bend. That's going to do some stuff to the young players. I don't know.
Shout out Eli Raridan, going to Notre Dame next year, the tight end from Valley. Shout out Eli.
Go
oh my God. Thank you.
Hey, let's
Try to get
go.
to the button. About knock my drink over. About knock my drink over.
That was good.
Well, that's good. That's a good game. All right, let's move on to.
No. Oh yeah, go ahead, Stoy. My bad.
Why? You
I don't
gonna
know.
interrupt me?
I know. My bad. Sorry. Go.
I'm gonna jump to the Auburn Penn State game.
Oh yeah.
What's the lines on this one?
The whiteout. The whiteout. When I did this before practice, I'm not gonna say it because we know these are likely to change. Auburn. Just give me one. Oh, there it is. Penn State. It's Auburn plus 6.5. Penn State minus 6.5. The over/under is at 52.5. So when I typed that, it has not moved.
It has not moved.
The line has not moved. The total has not moved. And I agree with it. I think that we are right under that key number. Seven. Those key numbers, 3 and 7. Go ahead, Brad. You go first.
No, you guys go first this time. I don't want to go first every time. I don't want to, You got James. You go first.
Fine,
break it down, baby. Break it down.
Fine. I'm just gonna start with Penn State is a pretty good damn football team right now, and playing at that place is, I feel, almost near impossible. When they have all those fans with the whiteout and that place goes nuts, it is hard to play football in that stadium. And honestly, I like Penn State a lot. They are a fast football team, and they have looked good this season.
I mean, I can't say I disagree.
Yeah,
everything
you're
about that. That's got to be easily one of the toughest places to play in the nation.
Right.
I think.
I don't know.
Absolutely.
Shout out my high school quarterback, Cole Anderson. He played for FIU. He decided to get in the game against Penn State. Oh my! It's a highlight. He got split in half. And if he listens to this, he's going to remember that pain. I was sad but rolling at the same time. I love quarterbacks getting hit. So that was fun to watch. But you're right. Playing there, that's rough. Auburn, obviously, they're leaking into the top 25 right now. But I don't think they've obviously clearly not seen a team like Penn State. And Penn State is looking like one of those top Big Ten teams, right? Playing a great defense.
I was just going to say their defense is
they are
cylinders.
much faster than they have been in years past too, which again you need that in the SEC. You have to have that speed if you're going to play against the SEC school. So that's kind of what I see going into this game.
Mm-hmm.
Bradley,
I'm going the opposite way. I hate to do this because it's going to make me physically ill, but I am all in on Auburn. All in on Auburn this weekend. Like
Chase, I need you to clip.
We need that clip. We need that clip. This is going to make me physically ill.
Yep.
I like Brad. Thank you, because that was great.
We need that as a button.
That needs to be a button. This is going to make me physically ill.
That's a new button.
Yeah. And anytime you have to make a hard pick, that's.
I want the world, listeners, everybody, a Bama guy pick Auburn. I just want every. That's what just happened.
Like I said.
That's why. Right. That's why it's going to make him ill.
Yeah.
I think. Hold on. I think I have a paper bag here in case I'm going to throw up. I'll keep that over here.
They're actual props.
Wait a minute, Brad. Did you have that before? Did you bring that?
He did.
No, that was actually unplanned. That was.
You do have planned. I know you have planned ones.
So I just saw
he's
it.
got planned ones.
Why does my chair not go back?
Oh my goodness. Go ahead, Brad.
Go ahead.
Auburn, Penn State.
So, yeah. God, I think Penn State is very much an unknown. Like the rest of the Big Ten, honestly. Like I'm really not sold on anybody in the Big Ten right now. I think Auburn is going to score a lot. Penn State hasn't been tested. You can throw out week 1 because that was another atrocious game. That was tough to watch.
Oh, no, not Wisconsin.
Wisconsin week 1, 0-0.
Yeah, no, it was Wisconsin in week 1. I'm not sold on the quarterback, Clifford, at all. I also think Bo Nix sucks, which is another reason this is a really hard pick to make. But yeah, suck. I don't see it in any way. I mean, Auburn's going to score. I don't know if Penn State can run the ball. Their defense is pretty good, but is it good enough to stop what looks like a pretty good SEC offense? I have no idea.
Let me ask you this. You say they're going to score, but how? Like, they played Alabama State and Akron. Like,
yep.
You know what I mean? Like, if you don't score against them,
totally fair.
If you don't score against them, they're not in the top 25. You know what I mean? Like, if they don't blow them out like this,
I agree.
They're not on our picks because they're not even ranked.
Right. I agree. That's fair. If Wisconsin played Penn State 10 times, who do you think wins the majority of the games?
Wisconsin.
I think Wisconsin.
Okay. Yeah, me too. Okay. So I'm willing at least to throw that first week out. And, I'll ride a little bit of momentum here, I think, with Auburn. I think the number is a little crazy. I'm kind of surprised at 6. I think that's very generous. But, this is another one. It's a toss-up. It's a total toss-up. Tough game to pick, man. Like, really tough game to pick. But end of the day, I have no trust in Penn State. I don't trust the quarterback. They did not – I don't think they won that game against Wisconsin. I think Wisconsin played like garbage and lost it.
Absolutely.
And I think anybody that watched that game knows it. And if they play again, like, I see Wisconsin. Mertz was terrible.
Right.
First game in front of a crowd.
Turnovers.
Yeah,
they were inside the red zone 3 times, missed a field goal, didn't score.
Wisconsin ran the ball well that game. They ran the ball well that game.
Right.
But
they didn't do anything else.
Mertz just couldn't keep it out of Penn State's hands.
All right,
and it felt like they kept trying to force it with Mertz. I don't know why. Like, maybe it's because he was so good last year and the expectations, like, he was a fringe Heisman guy to start the year. So, they dominated the first quarter of that game, and then they went away from the run. And it was like they played right into Penn State's hands because the more they kept passing, the worse it got for Wisconsin. So, sadly, I'm going to back Auburn, and I'll try and forget that for the rest of the year.
All right, so
sadly, I'm going to back Auburn.
Pick Wiz. You got money line, Auburn spread.
Auburn for sure.
Total?
I think the 6 is crazy,
52
and
I
think it's going way over.
I'm with him. When I get to my picks, I'm with him.
Well, might as well. Just go. Flow right into it.
My computer just froze. Can you put these picks in? I don't know what's going on here.
We will eventually.
Okay.
I'll just write them down.
There you go.
Just went off the keyboard right now.
So I'm gonna go Penn State money line, Auburn spread, and I also agree with Brad on the over. I just think, like I said before we just started this, I just think it's so hard to play football in that place, and that's what So I think the game's gonna be a shootout, and I just think that Penn State's gonna pull away in the fourth quarter with some big turnover. They're gonna pull away and win this game by 6 points.
I like this over coming down in points is very strange to me. I would have thought it was going to go the other way. It started at 54 and it came down. That's very surprising to me. I wouldn't be surprised if this game was in the 30s.
He just stole my thunder.
All right, you may continue.
Yeah, right. Thank you. I think you guessed one, Brad. I continue here. Let's go with I think, again, Penn State, a better team overall. Things I already said. So Penn State money line. Spread, this one, it's got to be Auburn. This is going to be close. I really do think that. Total, I'm going under. You know what this reminds me of the normal SEC schedule conference when it's like Auburn, Bama, Auburn, somebody, and it's 10-3 at half, and they're just pounding away. I don't think they'll be pounding away. However, I think that's what the type of game we're going to get here because Penn State loves that type of game. Auburn's used to that type of game in history, and those are things I think is going to happen here. Again, weather pending, because who knows whatever happens with weather. I think that's what's going to happen. So I'll take money line Penn State, Auburn spread, and total under.
Yeah, I like Penn State in the money line. I'm still wishy-washy on Auburn. Penn State, they get turnovers, so I think if Auburn can protect the ball, it'll be a lot closer of a game, and this might make that moneyline pick a little harder for me. But I think Penn State moneyline spread, I'm definitely taking Auburn on that, and then I like the over as well in this one. I think there's a lot of points going to be scored.
Yeah. Hey. Okay.
Yes, sir. Next one. This one's going to be tough. This one's going to be
This
tough.
one's a doozy.
Arizona State.
Talk about unknowns.
Right. Talk about unknowns. You always have to pick up your mic. Arizona State, BYU. What are we at here?
It's the one I just checked. Line's still the same.
Okay.
We got Arizona State traveling to. Who are they playing? Provost, Utah, I think, somewhere in Utah. Traveling to
Sure.
BYU.
Yeah. All right.
ASU is -3.5. Total sitting at 51.5. It's still sitting there too. Yep.
Technically, Ryan, it's me or you. And I'm going to toss it to you.
That's
Ryan, who would you take spread in Auburn, Penn State again?
Auburn.
Thank you.
Auburn. Yep. This one's weird. So my biggest thing right now is BYU based off of past games looks better. I don't think Utah's a bad team who, number 21 in the country when they beat them. I think BYU looked really, really good in that game. I think defensively they look pretty good. Arizona State's still trying to do what they need to do for the Pac-12 and make a name for themselves. I'm just not fully convinced on the Pac-12 yet. Now Oregon, they can convince me, but I think there's going to be some good teams at the top of the Pac-12, but there's going to be some really, really bad teams at the bottom of it. And I think Arizona State might find themselves in the top in those good teams, but I don't know. Looking at this, I like BYU a little bit better, and I still don't know some on this spread and on this total right now, but I definitely like BYU better overall. I think.
It's hard to disagree with anything you just said about both these teams are unknown, except one looked better. I mean, I agree with everything Ryan said.
I mean, that's all we have to go off of right now,
right?
Because they are so unknown as BYU. Right. I think you look at it and they probably have the better resume right now because they just beat that Utah team.
Right. Brad, what do you got about this?
Both very close teams.
Right.
I don't think either team is very good. I have a little bit more confidence in Arizona State. The thing that worries me about BYU is, did they shoot their load last week against Utah?
That is a very fair statement. We might need to record that and put it on a button too.
No problem.
Brad's gonna have so many buttons.
It's tough. It's really tough to beat top 25 teams 2 weeks in a row.
Yeah.
And I wonder how much it took out of them last week and if they just left it all on the field. That's my biggest thing. I don't think Arizona State's that good. I'm not surprised Arizona State didn't cover last week. It's kind of like a look-ahead spot, obviously with BYU looming. They're close. I don't think either of them are that good. It's a toss-up. I mean, the line shows it. It's a toss-up. My pick is coming strictly based off of what BYU did last week and who they beat and how much that game took out of them.
Yeah, this is being a toss-up. You have to look at different things, right? You have to look at the little weird oddities, i.e., beating a top 25 back-to-back weeks.
Yep.
Right.
Mine's going to be coming
some
from a football team who's played really tough 2 games. They're tough.
Yep.
Those are good teams. Arizona, I mean, you're playing tough teams.
Yeah.
Arizona State
Yep.
has not. You know what happens when you play really tough competition? You get banged up.
Yeah, really banged up.
Right.
You get banged up. They lost a
Right.
starter in week 1.
Yep.
They've lost, not lost, but they're banged up right now.
Yep.
And when you play good
Yep.
teams back to back, regardless if they're top 10 or not, those are tough teams. In tough
Yeah.
games, you're banged up.
Yep.
And for me, a toss-up goes to the team that's more fresh. The team that's
Yeah,
blowing people
I
out.
agree.
Getting their
Utah's a tough team. They
Always.
grind teams
Right.
down.
They just
They
run the
beat you
ball,
up.
run
They're
the ball.
physical.
Right.
Yeah,
Yep.
that
Yep.
is. That's always how they've played. It's really tough. Now, if BYU had a buffer week against a crappy team and then went to play Arizona State, I think it's a different conversation.
Agreed.
Like, I think my approach would be totally different.
Agreed.
But yeah, I mean, it just seems so tough to do coming off last
Correct.
week. So
Agreed.
tough.
Yep.
All right, pick time. Ryan, lead it off.
All right, so I'm gonna go BYU money line, BYU spread, and then I'm going under. And I looked at this a little bit. BYU has hit the under in its last 5 games, and in the last 8 games that Arizona State's played, 6 out of 8 of those have hit the under as well. So I like the under in this one. So BYU under.
Brad?
I'm going Arizona State against the spread, Arizona State money line, and I was actually gonna take the over, but I think I'm leaning towards the under now. Looking over the stats, I mean, nobody has really showed me anything, so I'll take the under as well.
James J? Yeah.
I'm gonna go. I'm going Arizona State. BYU. I mean, that's too much of a grind. I'm going Arizona State. BYU spread and the under.
He didn't seem very confident in that one.
I'm not confident in this one at all.
That was not
I'm gonna throw
confident.
this
Me
out
neither.
there.
Me neither.
I'm not confident
Yeah.
in this at all. You don't know these two teams.
No.
I don't know. I don't know.
No.
You don't know.
I'm going to go ASU money line, ASU spread. Man, this total being at 51.5, enticing. I think I'm going to take the over just because I'm banged up. And first of all, ASU doesn't have a strong defense either per se in history. This year they have. But I just think it's going to be one of those games that it's last person to score and ASU wins it in the last couple minutes with a touchdown. Mainly because it's a toss-up. That's what toss-ups happen.
Yeah.
God, we need a button. We need a game
So
of the
a game
week
of
button.
the week button. Chase, I hope you're.
You need some music.
Right.
We need
That's
some
what
music.
everybody
before we
says.
get
We
into
need
the
The
game.
only,
Yeah,
the only
for sure.
music I have is this one. That's
No,
not going to do it.
no, that
Okay?
ain't it for
That
this
ain't
game.
gonna do
What
it.
was that?
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
don't- you
what
don't-
was that?
It's just a pre-programmed
Why
button
do
that
you
we
think
have
I
on our
stopped
mixer
it?
right here.
What was that?
I don't have
Game of the week is. I mean, this one.
Oh, it's a move over to NFL, right?
Game of the week. Forget the NFL. Game of the week is this is no brainer. Alabama traveling to the swamp to take on Florida. Bama sitting 15.5 point favorites. Total sitting at 57.5. And I don't even think I'm stuttering because I tell you guys this every week, and every week it's been the same
You
thing.
should stop talking because it's not your team.
It's right.
Brad, please,
ride
please,
ride
it's you.
Bama to the
Wow.
wheels
This
fall
is
off.
all you. This is you. Let's do
James, do you want to touch on the Texas game from last week, or
Don't
are we
you
just
dare!
going to forget about that?
Don't you, Brad? Don't you dare!
They looked like an SEC team.
We have no business being in the SEC,
no.
and I'm going to put that out
Well,
there
that's
right
true.
now.
No,
We have
you
no
do.
business
Yes,
being
you
there.
do.
No,
As
we
an
don't.
easy win for everyone else.
Oh
and
yeah,
you're
as
at
a
the bottom.
buffer team.
Everybody needs
as
a buffer team.
Everybody needs a buffer team.
Yeah,
God.
sure, that's going to be us.
Just so embarrassing.
They're so-
340 yards rushing.
They're so
I mean,
bad.
Good Lord. Like,
They don't play any defense.
Oh.
They're so. Next.
During the Big
Nope.
12.
Next.
They don't play defense.
Not next.
Next.
Let's go, Brad. Let's go, Bama. Give us it.
So, yeah, this is the last pick, but we're probably all in agreement it's the easiest pick of the week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Uh-huh.
Yep.
Yeah.
So this game, it's weird. Last year, I don't want to say I feared this game, but it worried me. And it worried me from Kyle Pitts and Kadarius Toney, and the Bama defense wasn't really that good,
Kyle
and we knew we
Pitts?
had to outscore
Shout out
everybody.
Falcons. Trash, but Kyle Pitts is
Kyle
legit.
Pitts is so good.
Yeah, like he's a beast. I mean,
yes.
the ultimate
He's a
college
beast.
mismatch. This year, there's none of that. I didn't like Kyle Trask, but he was a good college quarterback. He got it done. He was fine. Struggled against the better teams. This year, I mean, this just seems like this is a blowout. Like, this is going to be Florida is maybe on Miami's level, and we know how that went.
Miami's.
Yeah, Miami, they suck. Emory Jones for quarterback, he blows. There's no way you cannot run option and sweeps and expect to beat Alabama. It's not going to happen.
Those linebackers.
You
are
have
too
to have a
fast.
vertical threat.
Yep.
They don't. This kid cannot throw. He's got, I think, 5 interceptions, 2 touchdowns. He stinks. Bleacher Report was touting him as a Heisman candidate. I mean, I don't know in what league, but this kid is awful. Mullen's a clown. He will not have them ready to play. Alabama will have the mental edge per usual. Maybe Florida will throw a couple shoes or whatever crazy crap they usually do to, get themselves out of games. But I think this is a total blowout. I think it's Miami 2.0, and, off we go.
I love everything about this right now.
What did you say back?
Great.
I got nothing to say back.
I
got nothing to say back.
This is great.
I mean, the only thing I would say is they should probably start their freshman Richardson. I think that's probably the game plan, to switch it up. But that's all I got.
That just seems like such a desperation move to me.
What else can you do?
True. What do you have to lose? Obviously,
Emory Jones is not the answer. Richardson's your future against Bama. That's your shot. Take your shot. Yeah. Switch it up a little bit on offense. And pray.
Nothing to lose for sure. Yeah. Nothing to lose.
I mean, I read earlier this week, like they were saying Mullins needs to call up Dabo, and he needs to call up. He's like, what happened when they sat Kelly Bryant for Trevor Lawrence?
Right.
And Emory Jones is not Kelly Bryant.
Right.
Whatsoever.
Yep, agree.
So I feel like this is an easier decision to give him the green light. And like you said, it might be desperation, and maybe it's not the best move to go against Alabama and just let him get peppered all game.
You guys, this line has to go up. I mean, I don't understand it. 15.5. I clearly don't. Has it?
Yeah, it went up a point. Yeah, that's kind of weird.
It was at 14.5.
Guys,
now it's 15.5.
You guys, it doesn't make sense.
Don't dare, Stoy.
It doesn't.
No, right. So you mean it doesn't make sense as it's not enough points?
Correct.
Because I don't think you're trying to talk. I hope you're not trying to
we're going to lower. No.
Bama might win by 30.
Right. I don't know if you mean like you taking Florida now because it's. No, we're not saying that. No, we're not going there. No.
Let's not get crazy.
Let's not get crazy. That's no. I feel like this one, Brad. That was
great.
Right. You pretty much banged everything on the head.
I also think, and James, you and I had this conversation like 2 days ago. If you coach scared against good teams, you're done.
Yeah,
you're done before the game even starts.
Right.
Period.
Right.
Period. So, I don't think Mullen's smart enough to do that, though. Like, he is a total clown.
Yeah.
Total clown.
And he's not going to be ready for this game.
Saw last year, he has no control over his teams. I don't know. And I can just see them mailing it in if they get down like 17-0 in the first, which is what I think is going to happen.
Bama first half.
What are you guys talking about? I mean, read option against a Bama team that's sound and really, really fast is the best offense you could do.
Oh, yeah.
Why wouldn't you do that?
I love the sarcasm. It's so real right there.
No, throw it. You just have to throw it all day long, all deep. It's your only chance because you have to hope that, I don't know, pray. I mean,
pray.
Let's get to the picks.
Brad,
go ahead.
This is easy.
This is easy. It's Bama spread, Bama money line. I am going to take the under.
Oh,
okay.
And the reasoning for that is, and this is another constant theme with these good teams. It gets out of control in the first half, and then it's run. Let's get the hell out of here in the second half.
You just said it would be 17-0 in the first. You just said it'd be 17-0 in the first.
If they're up 28-0 at halftime, they might score one touchdown in the second half because that's the way they always operate. Always. He's never going to keep the guys in there. He'll pull Young and put in Bear Bryant's great grandkid or whoever the hell it is at quarterback. That's it. It's going to be Miami 2.0. This is what always happens.
The man's got a point.
James and I have these conversations every week. I always tell him, take Alabama in the first half because the second half, when they run it up, they're done. Yep. It's run the clock.
Bama first half.
Get the hell out of here and get me the next.
I would say one caveat.
The most profitable bet last year was Bama first half.
One caveat is they're going to score special teams or defense in the second half. That's what's going to happen. Yeah. They're going to throw a pick six.
That we're banking on?
I'm not going to bank on that.
Interesting.
Emory Jones might throw a pick
six. You say the offense might score 7, but then there's going to be some defensive thing that happens, or Florida's going to do something crazy. There's going to be a pick 6 or a fumble 6. And that's where all of a sudden you got 14 in the second half. You're already that over's triggered. Now Florida's going to come back. Florida will get trashed.
Right.
They'll get a garbage couple touchdowns, and that's what kicks it over the over. That's
fair. I mean, that's a solid argument. I could totally see a couple turnovers. Florida gets reckless.
Right.
And
now we don't bet on
crap
turnovers
that we see with Florida.
But I think they're going to have to, too. I mean, they're going to have to throw the ball, and we clearly just said it
Right.
earlier. Emory Jones cannot throw the ball.
He can't throw it. and not
No.
against Alabama.
Nope. Couldn't do it last
This is
year,
not
can't
the
do it this
team
year.
And they're going
practice
to keep
throwing
him
on.
in too. They're going to keep him in,
All
and
right,
even the
so
backups are going to start
back to our
picking him
picks,
off
back
and
to our
throwing
picks.
the ball.
Go.
We've got Bama money line, a Bama spread, and I actually am taking the over. JMJ,
Okay.
you went Bama under.
I like Bama over. Again, I kind of agree with Stoy here. I think there'll be some scoring by Florida in the second half just because they, like you said, they're going to take people out. And then I think Florida might score in the second half just because they take people out, and then they just kind of, okay, we've won this game already. One of those situations.
Right.
But they're still going to win by 30.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that's,
They
yeah.
sure are.
Yes, they are.
Bama's gonna Bama.
All right, week 2.
Brad, that was good.
Great.
No,
week
we're talking
2
about
NFL.
week 2 NFL.
Man, this is in your pocket. Let us lead it.
Brad.
Sit your Bama ass down.
Wow. Strong.
Yeah, I mean, because I can say ass. That works. Week 2, although our thing still says week 1. It's fine.
Mine
Thursday
says
night
week
game.
2.
We have up here at the top left.
Oh,
Ba, ba, ba. We got to go with the Thursday night game. Good Lord, it's the Giants versus the Washington
Talk about
football
a barn
team.
burner.
sleeper.
Talk about a barn burner.
I don't.
You like Thursday night naps too, Brad?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I have a meeting to go to Friday, so I'll be asleep very early.
As you should. I mean, the total's at 40 and a half
It's the lowest total of
ever.
The
I
year?
don't know.
no,
Like,
of
what
every
is that?
NFL game this week. This is the lowest total, and it's always because the Giants are not a good football team. They don't do anything.
That is correct.
They don't do anything
Most
well.
accurate thing I've ever heard you say.
They don't do
They
anything
are
well.
awful.
They are an awful football team. Daniel Jones is not a good quarterback. I still don't understand why we drafted him. I'm going Washington under. I don't even want to talk about this game. I don't want to talk about it.
The only thing I'll say is that Washington has a different starting quarterback, so there's a chance.
Cool. Awesome. The Giants still stink.
Yeah, this isn't going to be cool.
Awesome.
Yeah, I mean, only the Giants defense could make Teddy Bridgewater look like Joe Montana. I mean, that was a putrid performance on Sunday. Absolute disgrace. I think James is just used to it at this point because he used to get a lot more upset when they had these bad losses. Now it's like
I'm used.
whatever,
Yeah, you're
they
right.
suck. Joe Judge sucks.
Right.
Like
Every Sunday
he's
I'm
always
watching the
like,
same shit. Every Sunday. Here we go.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Yeah,
Daniel
I
Jones
mean,
throws
it's
a
gotta
pick.
be,
Oh,
it's
shocker.
gotta be Washington. I think their D line wreaks havoc on the Giants. Couple more fumbles
I
for
hate them
Daniel
so
Jones.
much. They're so bad.
They're awful.
They're so
awful.
bad.
Jones
It makes
is
me so
terrible.
sad.
You guys,
Joe Judge is a clown. You
Yes,
know, it's amazing
yes.
the Giants fans have bought
Yes.
into him. Amazing.
By the way-
like the dude won 6 games. Like, give me a break.
hey, Brad, where you from?
Connecticut.
Connecticut.
Would you let him answer?
Sorry.
You know how I know you're on the East Coast? Because you East Coast people say clown all the time, and it gets
Really?
Yeah, you do. You guys always say clown.
Interesting.
But what I
love that word.
You guys, this conversation is so boring. I just got an email because we got to get our websites and stuff. So I put out a bid for NoBSPodcast.com. Owner came back and said he wanted $1 million. $1 million.
Write that check.
Yeah, you can go on and get GTFO on that one. Wow.
I'm sorry. Did you say $1 million?
I said $1 million.
$1 million.
So-
$1 million.
so
I thought you
that's
said
out.
1,000. I was like, sold. No, then there was other zeros. Yeah, okay, so that's out. Anyways, back to this. Yeah, Washington. I mean, no one's going to score, so you got to go under. I want to say over because we said last
so
week
low.
the NFL
What?
average is
Yeah,
47.
it's 40. They don't
It's
score, Chase.
40.
Yeah. Nope. These teams are bad.
But also it's on Thursday. Thursday night games are the worst in regular season.
Great
for the first
point.
game.
They are
bad.
consistently
Are you
terrible.
nuts?
They're
football.
awful.
Great point.
We should not
Yep.
be playing
Great
Thursday
point.
night football games. Those should not be
Yep.
happening.
I agree.
So that's me.
All right, I'll go
Brad,
next.
did you give your pick?
Yeah, he did.
Yes.
Oh.
Pay attention. Jesus.
He doesn't. He doesn't. You know this.
No,
yeah,
no.
known him for 30 years. You
Shut
know
up,
this.
Black F.
Yeah. Washington money line and the under.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
I have Washington money line, Washington spread. I think I'm going to go over on this one,
Ooh,
just because.
Chase just
Okay.
talked him into that. Chase,
No,
shout
he
out
absolutely
Chase,
didn't.
just talked him into that.
He absolutely
because
didn't.
he's over here doing the Jim Jones balling thing, saying over.
No, that's not why I actually halfway liked the over before. This was honestly just a toss up because it's so low for me.
That is very low.
I agree with that. I could totally see this going over. I'm just going off last week, and I just don't see it.
The Giants max will score 10 points.
Yeah, maybe.
But this is 20 to 13,
maybe. Right.
Something like
exactly.
Something
it's gonna be like a 17-10 game
yeah.
or 20-13. It's gonna be some nonsense like that.
Well, let's
agree.
Fall
Totally.
asleep
Yep.
because the Giants stink.
Moving on to the Vikings fan.
Yeah, last week was ugly, and they are playing a much better team this week. So it pains me to say it. Unless they play a perfect game, they don't really have a shot here. Kyler Murray, he's a freak.
Yes,
he's a freak.
Yep.
Yes, he is.
An absolute freak.
Yes, he is.
So I guess on this one, I mean, I don't know what you guys have left to say on this one. I just don't see the Vikings really having a big chance.
Brad, I'll let you go because I have one thing to say. That's all. Go ahead, Brad.
Yeah, I don't think the Vikings are very good.
Right.
Like it's
They're not.
let's not overcomplicate it.
Nope.
We don't need stats. Watch the games.
This
is
football,
very,
people.
very, very simple. Arizona looked like a machine the other night.
Yep.
Minnesota, I got nothing. Like, when's Kellen Mond going to play? Like, I would be more apt to watch them if Kellen Mond was going to play. I think they light them up. Honestly, I think this is pretty easy.
JJ Watt. That's all I got. That's it.
That's fair.
JJ Watt is on the Cardinals. Their defense is stout. No, thank you, Vikings.
That's fair.
Bets? You got to lead it off.
I'll lead off. Moneyline cards, spread cards, and then I'm taking the over on this one, just because I think the Vikings will score late, kind of like what they just did with the Bengals. That's what I think will happen. I think they'll be down and they'll have to try and come back, but I don't think they will. That's my take. James?
My turn. I'm doing the same exact thing Ryan's doing. I don't think the Vikings are good, and I think Kyler Murray's very, very, very fun to watch play football. So I'm going cards over.
Yeah. Cards. Over.
4 for 4. I'm with you guys. I think the Vikings score late. Cousins loves garbage time.
What's that,
Nobody
fellas?
loves Cousins more than garbage time.
Exactly.
Fellas, you know what that is?
That's a guest and the goon lock.
That's a guess in a goon lock. We don't have a button yet.
We don't have a button
We don't
yet.
have a button yet.
We're working on
All
that.
right, good job. All right, goon lock across the board. I love
Boo.
it. I love it. Boo, boo.
Boo.
Do I have a boo? Do I have a boo?
No, you just have.
I need more buttons, Chase. Those were all of them. All of them.
Make it bigger,
This
Chase.
is your fault.
Chase.
All right. Well, those were good picks for the NFL games,
We got
huh?
one game left.
Yeah, hold on. I'm
you
going to
don't-
need to pour a new Woodford for this one.
Yeah. So while he's pouring his Woodford,
While
the
he's pouring
last
his-
game that we have on the board right now.
Shit, please.
Can you do that? Yes, you can. The last game we have on the slate is the Falcons are traveling to
Why did you pick this game?
because Stoy's a Falcons
Jesus.
fan.
So let's
Stoy's a Falcons fan. They're traveling to Tampa Bay to take on the Bucks.
Watch your goddamn mouth there, Brad.
Wait, we did 4 college. Why are we not doing 4 NFL?
We are.
because
we are.
they're-
We are. He just didn't
James
send-
didn't type it
send
in.
He just didn't send it to you. Like,
He just didn't type it in.
Okay. Thank you, James.
and that's
awesome.
a way better game than the 3 we just talked about. So that's why.
All right, cool. Great.
It'll be a surprise for you. So you have to play it off the cusp.
Yeah, awesome. These are all surprises. He didn't send me anything NFL. I thought I was going college only.
That's not true. I sent him
You
this
didn't
whole
tab over.
spreadsheet.
You
He
didn't
didn't
tab
tab
over.
over.
You didn't
Brad,
tab
you
over.
didn't tab over.
This
Look
is
at your
on you.
tabs.
Eat the crow.
Oh, did you send it in did you send it in an email?
Excel.
Correct, sure
Excel,
did.
Yeah.
Oh, then I definitely didn't see it if you sent it.
There
in.
you go.
I
That a boy.
don't read my emails.
That a boy.
I read emails for work, not for this.
So you guys, last week.
Are we gonna tell people the line?
No, I can't.
Why? Oh yeah, we
Oh
are.
no, the line's legit. Yeah.
Yeah, the line.
Let's do
The
it.
Buccaneers are 11.5 favorites. Over under sitting at 51.5.
Cool. Our defense did not look good. They got pressure, which is the only saving grace, and we ran the ball. So that was cool. We don't have a left guard. We don't have a right tackle, really. I think, and we'll post this. I tweeted this to the boys, or sent it off to the boys, and it was our starting left guard and our starting right tackle attributed to 92.8% of Matt Ryan's pressures and sacks. Matt Ryan attributed to 0%. The others were, your average stuff. He got sacked 6,000 times. He had hurried and pressured on every snap. And now we're going up against a front four that, they're average. And by average, I mean Super Bowl average. Like, I don't know what to tell you this is not good. However, one thing I will say is they're in division. We know Tom Brady. We know that we can blitz him scarcely, but if we get him off his spot, he's inaccurate. We showed that against the Cowboys. They had the turnovers. I'm wishing for about 17 more in this game. But being a Falcons fan, this is rough. This is not good. Not good.
11.5 is a weird number.
Yeah.
That's a weird number, but I don't know.
Brad, go ahead. Come on, bring it. I know you got some stuff to say, or absolutely nothing to say. One of the two.
No, not much. I think everything you said is accurate. I just think the Bucs D line just completely swallows up Atlanta. I mean, that line is bad. Philly had their way with them. I think the Bucs line is 10 times what Philly is. It's not Matt Ryan's fault. He can obviously still throw. It kind of reminds me of Stafford. He still has it. He can still make all the throws, but there is no time with his receivers. Ridley needs time to get open downfield. Pitts is still new. Running game pretty much non-existent. Mike Davis. I mean, what is
whoa. We went over 100 yards in the first half for the first time in like 12 years. Okay, let's calm it down.
First time in 12
years. It was
years.
Amazing
Big
first
day.
half. Okay,
Big day.
It's a new changing, but you're right. No, you're not wrong.
Yeah, I mean, this is blowout central to me. Sorry. This is going to be an ass kicking, I think.
You don't have to apologize to me.
No.
You get it. You're a Falcons fan. You get it.
I've been around.
So go ahead, Stoy.
Yeah, you've seen it all.
Well, moneyline Bucks. This spread though is interesting to me.
It is.
It's weird, and it's one of those ones that I know they'll blow them out, most likely. But I can't take that many points in an NFL game. That's just a lot of points in the NFL. A blowout in the NFL is 10 points, or you're up by 14, they come back, make it a 7 or 10 game. So I'm going to have to take the Falcons in the spread on this one. The total, although I can see the Bucks putting up a 50 burger, that's the problem. I'm going to take the over. I think there's going to be a lot of scoring from the Bucks and then late Falcons. And it's going to be like, 31, 38, throw in a nice little 13 because we'll kick a 6,000 field goals, maybe get to 20.
I can't disagree with you. That was nice. Fair.
Interesting.
That was good.
Go ahead, Brad.
I'll take the Bucks against the spread, the Bucks money line, and I will take the under. I think Tampa scores 30 easily. I do not think Atlanta scores 3 touchdowns, and that'll keep me under.
That's because we'll kick 3 field goals.
Right, it's so perfect. Yeah, if that could happen,
they'll be there.
great.
They will be in the red zone 4 or 5 times.
Yeah,
we will just get 3 fucking field goals. 3 field goals.
You're right.
Great.
Hold on,
I'll take a
pause.
30-9 win, no problem.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go the same exact thing Brad said. Even though
Get original.
I'm still mad at the Bucks after I was screaming my head off about them last week, and they did what they did. I'm still mad, but the Falcons aren't good, and the Bucks are still good.
I mean, we could go all Saints on them. I have to bring out the Saints. We could go Bounty Gate and just hurt Tom Brady. That would be the only saving grace we would have. The only saving grace. Or that Sue stomps on somebody and gets kicked out. This is all we got, buddy.
That might happen too.
Yeah.
The problem is to hurt Brady, you got to get to him.
No, I mean, all you have to do is
know.
dive at his knee. That's the only way to hurt him. He's the only way he's ever gotten hurt.
Yeah, but you got to get there
I
first.
know.
Oh, we'll
Yeah,
get
but you
there.
gotta get through that
It'll just
line.
be about
Will
4
you get
seconds
there?
late.
Right.
It'll be a
Get him
penalty,
when he's walking
promise
off the
you.
field.
Yeah, I like the Bucks money line. Obviously, what the Bucks did last week, I hate to do this, but I'm going to take the Bucks spread as well, and I'm going to go over on this one. I think Matty Ice and the Falcons score some points, but I just don't I just don't think it's going to be enough. So I got Bucks over.
We got one game left, and it's going to be Brad's favorite.
And it's the big game of the week for us because trash.
Yeah. Last game on the slate for this week, we have the Patriots traveling to take on the New York Jets, which is Brad's second favorite team.
I really wanted you to do the Steelers game because that one would have been fun. But we can do this one too. That's fine.
I thought you want to talk about your Jets.
No.
No. We have to go with Guess's team.
Right.
We had to pick.
All right, that's fine.
I didn't want to talk about the Giants, but we have to talk about the stinky.
I know. It was painful for you. It'll be painful
what
for
do we
me.
have for
Exactly.
lines? Let's can we?
We got Patriots minus 5.5, 42.5 total right now. 42.
That's the second lowest total of the week, right? Behind the Giants?
Sure is.
Yep. Cool. Great. Should be a blast.
What do you got to say?
Should be a blast. Go ahead. What do you got, Brad? Because I feel like you feel the same way I feel about those stupid idiot Giants.
No, not at all. See, the thing is that the Jets aren't supposed to be really good this year. The Giants are.
Yep.
They just spent, hundreds of millions of dollars in free agency.
Yep.
Like the expectations aren't there for the Jets. I'm going to try to do this objectively, which is going to be kind of difficult. But I'll give it a shot. I think these teams are closer than people think. Two rookie quarterbacks, two good defensive minds as head coaches. One thing that we saw last week, Wilson and Mack had pretty much the same stat line. This is a new game for them. These guys, if you look at how good Mac Jones was last year, he looked very pedestrian last week. Zach looked pedestrian for the Jets, had a really good second half, completed his last 9 passes for 151 yards. He can play. Mac Jones is going to be really good. I think Zach is going to be really good. I think Trevor Lawrence is going to be really good. Patriots defense, I'm not sold on. Gilmore being out is huge. I think if you look at that is probably the ultimate X factor in this game. I don't see the Jets as a team that, like they've usually done, are going to just run the ball completely. I think they'll air it out a little bit more. Saw it against Carolina. And I think the Patriots are kind of a wild card. Like, I don't think they're probably more with Miami than they are Buffalo. I think Buffalo is clearly the class of the AFC East. Patriots did not look that impressive. Jets obviously didn't either. I think the Jets defense is pretty good. They clamped down in the second half last week. So this is actually a tough one. I know the spread has moved completely in favor of the Patriots. We say the same thing with college. People play the logos more than they do the players. I think we see that all the time. You got to lean Patriots, but I don't see a blowout here. I think these teams are closer than people think. This isn't the Brady Pats where it's like we're screwed before they even get off the bus. I think it's probably closer. I think the spread keeps going towards the Patriots. The farther it goes that way, I wouldn't be surprised if it gets to a touchdown, to be honest, between now and Sunday, because I think the late money is going to pour in on them. But I think it's going to be closer. So that probably tells you where I'm going with my pick, but you guys are more than welcome to chime in.
I want to make sure we talk about this because one of the notes that we need to talk about. Our picks are made on a Tuesday. These are the lines we're going off on a Tuesday. So he made very good point. It's going to move, but just for our audience, guys, that we make them today, and this is what we're going to talk about. Our bets, which we'll talk about later, do change because we're not making bets on a Tuesday typically.
Right.
We'll move forward with that, but the one thing I will say, and I think you hit upon every point there is, would be the Jets O-line versus the Patriots D-line.
Yep.
You guys lost your starter last week. You're starting what? Oh no, it says left tackle. Losing your starting left tackle to a knee sprain. He's not playing this week, so that's not good for me. Being a defensive guy, they're going to attack that left side and they're going to test that left tackle. Obviously, the offense will slide that way. Now you got one-on-one on the right side. It's good. That's where I think Belichick's going to make hay, which is why I don't see the Jets being able to score much, especially late when I think they might be down and they want to throw a little bit. It's going to be tough because of those two weaknesses.
You got a point. It's hard to disagree with you when you have a point.
Yeah. I honestly think and I think I've said this in passing and not necessarily on the podcast. I personally think Zach Wilson's going to be the best rookie quarterback this year.
My man. Yep, that's what I'm talking about.
And that's where Brad came in with the homer.
He was fun to watch last year in college. He was so much fun to watch
last year.
So much fun to watch.
And I honestly think he's going to be the best rookie quarterback in the NFL. I think we're going to be looking at stat lines later on, and Zach Wilson's going to get better and better.
Right.
If he survives.
Yeah, because they can't block for him.
Right.
What just I just said, his left tackle.
Yeah.
If he survives.
Go ahead, Brad.
So pick-wise, let's do it, Brad.
I think the Jets are going to cover. I see 21-17, 2017, something in that range. Patriots money line for sure, and I will take the under.
I'm taking everything he's taking because I agree.
Original.
No, that's the pick I like.
Brad's the leader. JMJ just follows Brad wherever he goes.
That's just what he's saying is right.
Some things never change.
Clearly, you didn't follow him in our golf league because he did not do very well.
Ryan, what do you got for picks?
So this I'm gonna be opposite on this, and Brad, you'll like these picks. I like the Jets money line.
Wow.
I like the Jets obviously in the spread, and I also like the under. I think it's going to be one of those 16-17. I mean, what was it? 19-14 was the Jets, and 16-17 was the Patriots.
19-14,
yeah, I think it's going to be low scoring, but I like Jets under.
Pats, Jets, over. It's going to be like 24-21. Similar. Just one more touchdown than what you guys are talking about. That's all. That's all I got. Well, those are the picks for the week. Now let's get into some fun, right? Last week I think our big parlay hit. No, I didn't. I was just kidding. We took the unders in all the NFL games based upon the guy who took all of the college and hit the under.
Still insane to me.
So this week is the first week with a guest and first week all together that we haven't actually created this giant parlay. So while we're going to talk through same game parlays and live betting, JMJ is going to take the role on that. I want our guest and us up here to start thinking of what big parlay that we want to do. And Brad, if you're not aware, which you probably are because you listened last week, each of us up here put in $5 and we do a parlay, a more realistic one, not just like, this isn't going to hit.
Yeah.
And we just do a big parlay and see if we can win a bunch of money. We win a bunch of money. 50% goes into our donation fund, and then 50% goes into supporting this podcast and getting it going.
Perfect.
So, JMJ, while we're talking and looking through these, why don't you let us know what same game parlay means and how excited we are with some of our own that we won this week.
So some sports books like FanDuel and DraftKings are very big in parlays and same game parlays. So a same game parlay essentially is a bunch of different things that you can take for one game. So for instance, I'm going to look at the Giants and Washington. There's a bunch of different options you could take. And anytime touchdown scorer, you could take the spread, total points, your first touchdown scorer, anytime first half TD scorer. There's a bunch of different things that you can take to put together that most of the time will give you pretty good odds. Like for instance, we took one last week in the NFL. Actually, last night. Was it last night?
I mean, I won last night.
Which one did you have last night?
All right, last night.
Yeah. I had one on Sunday night.
Okay.
I had one for the Rams.
You had Sunday night and Monday night, James.
Yep. I had Rams, Bears.
Thank you, Brad, for remembering because his memory is shot.
It's done. As long as James remembers to pay me tomorrow, we're good. You can take the 5 out, James, from what you owe me tomorrow.
There you go.
You're right. So I had, for instance, like Matthew Stafford to have 225 plus yards, Dave Montgomery to have 25 plus rushing yards, the game to go over 24.5 points, the game to stay under 6.5 points, the Bears plus 26.5, Rams money line, and Cooper Kupp to have 40 plus receiving yards, and the thing hit. I think I put. Well, I don't think I'm looking
you can
at
tell.
it. Can I
We're going
tell?
to post this, so yeah,
Okay.
It's after. You can tell.
So I put $94.87 on it to win $266.07.
That's a fun one.
That was a fun one.
That's a fun one.
So those that's what a same game parlay is essentially. And I mean, I think these things are so much fun, especially in this boring ass Giants game.
I want to talk about mine
Boring
because
ass
it was
Giants
really
game.
fun to wake up to. So 7-leg same game parlay. One mainly because PointsBet, by the way, shout out PointsBet. You made me use my own money to wager instead of your free money that you keep giving me. However, that being said, I decided, hey, let's do it. I took the alternate in the Ravens-Raiders game of over 37.5. Ravens plus 10.5. Anytime touchdown score of Tyson Williams and Darren Waller. Carr going over 200 plus in passing. Lamar Jackson 150 plus passing, and then Henry Ruggs the third at 25 plus receiving. That was a plus 687. I put $50 on it, and it paid out $393.50. But the best part about that is I woke up and I had another parlay that picked the Raiders to win money line, by the way. And I'm like, ooh, sweet, they won. And then I looked back to make sure that these hit. These hit at 3 minutes left in the game because finally Derek Carr decided to throw it up to Henry Ruggs, who had 0 catches at that point. Finally got his first reception for 34 yards, and then Waller scored on a touchdown after that. It literally came down to almost their last drive, and here we are. So thank you, PointsBet, for I used my own money and you gave me more. Appreciate it.
All right, what are we going to do for this week? Go ahead.
This week's – I better talk into my mic. I don't know. Brad, you were looking at some of them. What are some ones that you want to take? And by the way, we can take NFL and college. It doesn't have to be one or the other.
You're right.
So I'm actually, I know we picked the game earlier. I'm kind of looking at that Vikings Cardinals game. Because I think that the Cardinals are going to stomp them. So there is definitely a little bit of juice in that game for me. I'm looking right now, so you guys can keep talking.
For sure.
We're talking about
and then I will.
an
Yeah,
NFL
I'll chime in a minute.
Yeah.
We're talking mix between NFL and college. Mine that I like right now is we have the Bears are 3-point favorites over the Bengals. And if the Bengals play like they did last week, I don't think the Bears are good at all. So I like taking the Bengals with points in this one.
I like that.
It's pretty good odds on there. That's what I'm looking at.
There's two college games I'm looking at from a spread point of view that just are they're just kind of crazy to me just because of who the teams are. It's Iowa State favored by 30.5. Can we rewind, please, Chase, to back to the fact that is too big. That is too big of a spread for Iowa State.
They don't cover that many points.
They don't cover that many points. So, I mean, I want to take UNLV plus 30.5 there. And then the other one I'm really looking at is this Texas-Rice game.
Don't you dare. Texas is so bad.
Oh, yeah, I'm going the other way, bud. Texas is favored 25.5.
Too many points. They're
That's
trash.
too many. That is too many points.
Right, they're trash.
I mean, that's a Rice to me all day long.
Yep, sure is.
Those are the two that I can see right off the bat right now.
I mean, I'm going to go back to college. Here's another one. We talked about them, and you had a good point earlier, Brad. Miami, Florida stinks.
Yep.
They stink.
Garbage. Yep.
The way you said that was great. They stink.
So I'm not completely opposed to taking Michigan State almost in the money line in this one. I think Michigan State's I think they're underrated. Now, granted, they haven't necessarily, I mean, Northwestern's probably the best team that they played, obviously, so far. But they look a lot better than me personally thinking Miami, Florida.
I love that pick. I thought that was one that stuck out to me earlier. I love that pick. And Miami's another team. They could have lost last week, right? They could have lost to Appalachian State. That was another pathetic effort on their part. I just don't think Miami cares. Like, there is not a care in the world from anybody on that team. They do not care at all. They suck.
They're not the 0-1 Hurricanes, is what you're saying? The seventh floor crew.
God, that last week, like, come on. I mean, Manny Diaz, come on, man.
Oh my God, that team
That
was so
0-1 team
good.
was legit.
My God.
I know you got a lineup here. I was just scrolling through, and this one caught my eye. Before James goes at it, and this is for the SEC guy. I really want you to chime in on this one. Georgia, 30.5 over South Carolina. SEC. That's a big spread.
It's a lot of points. Is Daniels playing? Do we know yet?
Well, I don't know. What?
So that's
Stuff.
kind
It's
of
Tuesday.
that's a big wild card. I'm not a Daniels fan, but he's okay. That's a ton of points. I mean, you kind of have to take. You got to take the points. That's nuts. I mean, 30.5.
It's too many.
That's a lot of points.
Yeah, that's crazy. They're four, and again, that also reeks of exactly what we said in the Alabama game. They get up big, they come up, second half, they call the dogs off, they run it. You get a couple touchdowns to keep it close.
Yeah, that's just a lot.
That's
a lot of points.
So I'll stick with the Michigan theme. I kind of like Northern Illinois against the Wolverines. 27's a lot of points. I'm not sold on Michigan at all.
Yeah, not their offense.
I like
that. Their offense is ridiculous. Where is that game?
27
there
is
it
a
is.
ton.
26.5. Yeah, that's a lot of points.
I can't find it.
Yeah.
It's early morning. It's Saturday morning.
Weather's supposed to be crappy.
Yeah.
It looks like rain. This reeks of a letdown spot for Michigan after playing Washington last week. 20. I'm just not sold. I'm not sold on Michigan at that level yet. That seems way too generous to me.
Ryan, are you putting these in? Or
I got
them.
them. I got them. So far, we've got. Make sure I'm hitting this right. Oh, please don't hit that game. I missed one.
So another one I like, and maybe we go alternate points on this, because this is too. This is
do that.
Can't do that in FanDuel. Only DraftKings lets us do that,
And we're on FanDuel.
Are you sure?
Yep, positive.
Because I just did.
You can't,
alternate
but you
points
can't
on
do it
some
with
of
all
these.
the other ones.
The only way you do is a parlay with all the rest.
Okay, well, even so, I like Coastal Carolina to win by more than 2 touchdowns over Buffalo.
Ooh, yeah, Coastal. I love me some Coastal Carolina.
Like it.
Coastal's good.
Nebraska beat Buffalo 28-3.
Yeah.
Coastal Carolina should.
Let's
blow
not
them
ever
out.
say 28-3 again on this podcast. God damn it. So Coastal Carolina points or straight up.
Take it minus 550. Throw it in there.
All right, done.
I would never suggest taking that by itself, but in a parlay, yes.
Let's get it. Okay, where you at? Right, so far we got 6 bets of the ones to talk about. South Carolina plus 30.5, Rice 25.5, UNLV 30.5, Northern Illinois 26.5, Bengals money line, Coastal Carolina money line. So far we're at plus 37.47.
That's pretty good.
On
Did
a
you say
$20
Michigan State in
bet,
there?
that's $7.49. Huh?
That's
Did you
pretty
say Michigan
good.
State in there?
Did we have Michigan State?
Yeah, Michigan State. We said Michigan State.
Well, we did?
Yeah,
I thought it was Michigan.
Yep.
Oh,
No,
my
it
bad.
was-
We
both.
liked both.
It's
We
both.
both.
Oh, sure. Yeah, I
Both,
missed that. So, money line or
No, take the points.
take the point 6.5?
Yes.
My bad. Okay, let's reset here. Plus that one, we are sitting at plus 7,411. Our $20 bet would win us $1,482.
How do you guys feel about Ole Miss against Tulane?
We should let's let James J get his. I know he has some.
No. Where is that game?
Yeah.
What
Ole Miss-
time's that game?
Well, you do yours.
No, I don't.
I'll pull it up. Ole Miss what?
Tulane.
Tulane, Ole Miss.
Ooh,
Tulane.
How'd
it-
they do last week? I didn't follow up with them.
Tulane,
Yeah.
they won against Morgan State, wherever that
Oh,
is.
well, okay. Never mind.
Morgan State.
Tulane.
So we'll just forget about that one.
Forget that one.
Tulane's plus 14.5. Wow. 76.5 for the total.
What?
Because Tulane just put up
Yeah.
69 last week.
Jeez, that's a lot of points.
That's a lot of
30
points.
And they put up 35 against Oklahoma. So, yeah, they're going to, I mean,
That's still
their
a lot of
totals are
points.
going to be
Guys,
huge.
That's a lot of points.
But Ole Miss has a
guys already
super,
took
super
everything I
fast pace.
like.
Ole Miss has a super, super fast paced offense. That's why I think this over
Right.
is not necessarily outlandish.
No, because they don't play any defense and score a shit ton of points. Did we put Rice
Well,
in there?
Ole Miss scores
You have Rice?
in the 40s.
Yeah. I put Rice.
See, here's the thing. I think if it goes over, I think Tulane hits the spread.
Correct.
Right.
Right?
Yeah, you're right.
That's pretty.
Right.
That's
Has
my
to go
thing.
over for them to hit it. Correct.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah, because we're talking an enormous shootout if that happens. I just don't know if Tulane has it in them 3 weeks in a row. That's asking an awful lot.
Oh, I got one.
College or pro?
College.
Okay. What's up?
I want you to add in UConn plus 33.5.
You're crazy. You're crazy.
So wait, Brad, they're playing Army, which is what? Service Academy school. What do?
Run.
Dude, they
Run,
just
run,
lost to
run.
Holy Cross by 30 points.
Just
Like,
Where is that?
I mean,
Saturday morning.
I got it.
I mean,
33 and a half.
losing to Holy Cross is beyond pathetic.
Yeah.
It is. You cannot put into words how bad that. Purdue scored 49 on them. Holy Cross scored 38. Fresno scored 45. Like,
But can
they
someone look
suck.
up? Is it because they passed or through? Because his point is that Army runs the ball, which runs the clock.
I just think that's Service Academy
So there might
the
not
under.
have enough time.
So the over under is at 47.5. I really just think this is going to be. I don't know, but I just think that's too many points in the Service Academy game.
Please someone
Army's
look up the
money
pass.
line is minus 25,000. Is that correct?
Yeah,
No,
I got
I'm-
minus 100,000.
Yeah, we got minus
Oh
100,000.
my
Yeah.
god.
Yep,
Jesus.
minus 100,000. Throw UConn in. That's my pick. That's it.
Oh.
If we lose this whole thing,
Because of UConn.
Yeah, yeah,
Pay
dude,
us all.
you're dead to me.
Oh, can you guys hear me?
The audacity to take that
Audacity.
disgrace of a program. Oh my god.
Any
I'll
others?
like. Hold on, I gotta bring the bag back for a second.
So,
Bring the bag back.
bring the bag back.
so
I think the bag might need to be a constant prop.
Yeah, I like that.
another one that I like the odds on is James, you said in FanDuel it doesn't let me take the alternate spread, but I took the alternate spread in one of these
In the
parlays.
parlay?
Yeah.
Oh, what is it?
And it's Jacksonville plus 7.5 at minus 150 odds against the Denver Broncos. I think Jacksonville keeps it closer than a touchdown.
I like that.
I like the Jags winning it.
So do I, but I'm saying I like them to cover a 7.5.
Why
do
doesn't
too.
mine letting me do that?
I don't know. I'm about to try it. See what happens. 7.5.
Heck.
Are we in it? It works.
Oh, the NFL. You're right. College can't do it. Did I say that before? You can do it NFL. You
Yes.
can't do it college.
Yeah, you didn't say that.
No, that's right.
But let's check. While we're in the NFL, one that I think I
Ravens.
might bet on myself is that Browns Texans 12.5. Yeah, I know the Browns played well, but so
you're
did
gonna
the
alternate?
Texans.
You gonna alternate spread the Texans?
I'm thinking so.
Yeah. Why not?
I need to see. Let's go look at them. What, like 14.5?
Yeah.
And realistically, I mean,
Brad, you're
The
not saying
Chiefs-
anything, but I feel like
the
you got
Chiefs-
something to say.
Chiefs straight up at minus 210.
No comment.
Chiefs minus 210.
Do we like it or no? I mean,
I like it.
We need buy-in.
I don't like it
You want it at
because
16
I
and a
think
half?
what you're getting is a week one overreaction to the Texans.
There, NFL reactions. Happens all
That's
the
it.
time.
Like, and that's why these picks are so tough this week.
Right.
Because
It's always, these lines
like,
are so
That's what I'm saying.
overreacted.
So-
Everyone always
all right,
overreacts
so-
that first week.
But the Texans are going to be within what? 20?
I think they get crushed.
I mean, the
I
Browns,
think Cleveland's going to be looking for blood.
right after
Bad
this
loss.
they
Bad
had no
loss.
business
All
losing
right,
that game.
So we're folding on it?
Yeah, because I think the Browns are going to be so mad.
Yeah.
And that team
Yeah.
is freaking
This-
good.
I
Those
Where is
Browns
that game?
team
Is that in
good.
Cle- is that in
It's
Cleveland?
in Cleveland. Yes, in
Yeah,
Cleveland.
that's a stay
All
away.
right, fine. We'll stay
Stay
away.
away.
What do we think of the Chiefs Ravens? Chiefs just straight up in that one. It's minus 210.
Yeah,
And-
Baltimore. I'm not buying Baltimore
No.
at all this year. Like
Not
I would have to
after-
see major
And then
changes.
after we just
from them.
watched,
Moneyline Chiefs.
yeah, take it.
Yeah.
That's the last one. No more.
No more?
Yeah.
I got one more,
okay.
and I wish we had picked this game because I love this
The
game.
Steelers. He's not talking about the
Let's go
Steelers.
Let's go the
Yep.
Steelers.
Steelers.
I love the Steelers.
Who is
Vegas exhausted after last night.
Yep.
They got to
Oh,
come
yeah.
cross
Monday night
country for a
Yep.
1:00 game.
Yep.
Yep.
That historically, teams really struggle in that situation.
Moneyline Steelers.
Yeah, I like that. That's a good
Yeah,
one.
I think. I
Brad,
mean,
that's
I
a good
love.
one.
Yeah,
I
I,
like
love
that.
the Steelers. I think they'll cover the points pretty easily. The line hasn't moved, which is fine. I think people are going to buy the Raiders based off of last night, which I think is a huge mistake.
Overreaction.
What was Michigan State?
Plus 6.5.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
It just gave me a red mark, so I wanted to make sure. All right, so let's recap. With our 11-leg parlay, we got South Carolina 30.5, Rice 25.5, UNLV 30.5, Northern Illinois 26.5, Bengals money line, Coastal Carolina money line. Michigan plus 6.5. UConn 33.5.
Take UConn out.
God.
Take UConn out.
Okay.
Take it out.
Thank you.
I'm sorry, guys.
Jesus.
Jags.
Don't you?
Jags plus 7.5. Chiefs money line. Steelers money line. 10-leg parlay plus 24,088. Our $20 wager will win us $4,817.75.
Don't mind if we do.
Placed.
Don't mind that.
Don't
Yep.
mind if we do.
Bet is placed.
That was fun, guys.
That was great.
That was fun.
Hey, James.
Yeah.
Hey, James.
What?
We know Greg is going to listen to this, so take 20 seconds. Is Wake Forest going to beat Florida State?
Yep.
Yeah. Because
Yeah, I
Florida
think so,
State
too.
is
Oh,
Florida
God.
State's terrible. Greg, I hope you're watching and listening. Greg is like the third leg of our
Poor guy.
sports guy
Ugh.
chat. I
The
think
third
FSU.
leg, is that the phrasing you wanted?
You can
So,
you can grab that for a drop
yeah,
as well.
I-
Third
I-
leg.
FSU,
Sure.
FSU's not good.
Yeah,
Not good.
disaster.
They're a disaster. They're a
Cool.
dumpster fire.
I was long Wake Forest this year.
Oh, you were? That's right.
Yeah.
So you have to take Wake?
Yep. I think we're all liking Wake Forest.
I mean, I'm a Florida State guy.
Oh, nope.
But there's no way.
Ooh.
There's no way. Not with the way they're
Yeah.
playing.
Well, they
No,
Yeah,
unless
the way they're playing.
they're not playing well. I'll just put it that way.
Okay.
I have to go based on how people are playing. You can't be a homer all week. You can be week one homer. After that, you're just not good, or you're a
Great.
good team.
Yeah,
Right.
for sure.
Right?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I agree.
Yep, absolutely. When you get this
not good.
deep into it, yeah, you got to go off your eyes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Brad,
They're not good.
Brad, that was fun. I'll text you
was
later.
great.
Yeah.
Brad, I appreciate it. Appreciate it, buddy.
Yeah, I'll do it again for sure. No, that was awesome. That was a fucking blast. Are you Are you
There
guys
he goes
gonna do
again.
the Ryder Cup one?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's probably gonna be a
Yeah.
long one too.
That's
I
gonna
mean,
be a long. That'll
Cool.
be a couple hours.
Yeah,
so,
no.
yeah, I know.
Whenever,
We're too much here.
I'm
we're
always
getting
in.
overboard.
James knows that.
Yeah.
for sure.
So,
All right, brother.
See ya.
all right, boys.
We'll see you.
Be good. Good luck to that parlay.
Yep.
See ya.
Thanks. Have a great one.
What a week. What a week this is.
Recording
First guest. Don't yell at me. What a week it was from just nailing the Iowa State game. Falcons are trash. Giants are trash. Vikings aren't good either.
Bama.
This week-
First half, Bama. That's my opinion, Bama.
We need that on recording as well. But I appreciate everyone. You know what? We're going to go shout out this week to our sponsor, and we're going to go to Trinity Investment Firm. I think there's a property they have that's really readily available right now. So if you're looking at it, hey, hit up Trinity. We can talk about that property if you're looking for a real estate investment, that is. Otherwise, it's going to be a fun week. We had a really good week last week. Let's keep winning, and let's make that money.
Oh yeah, and I always do this plug.
Always.
As always.
Always.
Like, subscribe, share with anybody else. Listen as much as possible. Give us your feedback in the comments on any of those videos. You know, we appreciate it. Give us as much crap as you want.
Oh, and try roasting us. Try it.
No, I want to be roasted.
Let's
Please.
do it.
Good luck.
Please.
Get at us.
Good luck.
Well then, it's time.